Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I did just want to give a quick disclaimer and trigger warning. We are going to be talking about sexual assault and other hard topics. So I just wanted to put that out there, and I hope that you guys enjoy this video. Hey guys, welcome back to my YouTube channel. So I have been wanting to film this video for a while, but I kind of just wanted to do like an outline and all that as well. So I have like a rough outline of just what I want to talk about because both of these like stories are long within themselves and I don't want to sit here and like explain the whole story. I've been wanting to make this video for a while. It is going to be a get ready with me. I'm just going to do like a natural everyday makeup look. But I thought since I do a lot of like makeup looks and stuff like that, it can get a little boring. And I definitely like to talk. I like to share my opinion. I can't believe I'm not like a commentary channel because honestly, my poor friends and family, I just like to talk and give my opinion. So I really wanted to give my opinion on the James Charles, David Dobrik grossness fiasco. And so there's just some key points I wanted to talk about. Yeah, when it comes to sexual assault, I feel like not only are women not believed, but in the James Charles situation, his victim was a man and he wasn't believed. And by man, I mean 16-year-old boy. So these things, they really pull on my heartstrings, and I feel like I need to be a advocate and just talk about them because not only is it happening with powerful people like James Charles and David Dobrik, and by power I mean their platform, how much money they make because they're millionaires. And I think that also, obviously, that plays a role in what happened. But I also think it's important to talk about people who are just everyday, like me and you, because sexual assault happens way too often. So I'm just going to start getting ready. And yeah, so if you want to see me get ready and talk about my opinion on the James Charles, David Dobrik YouTube drama, then just keep watching. So to start off my face, I am going to go in with the Auric Glowless. So like I had said before, my friends, family, people I'm closest to, they do not probably even know what's going on. My boyfriend definitely does because I talk to him about it and I share my opinion with him. But I thought it would be perfect to talk to YouTube since they're both YouTubers, and if you watch YouTube like I do, then you probably know what's going on. So next I'm going to go in with my foundation. You can use any foundation. So if you don't really watch YouTube like I do, I mean I watch it more than TV, then you probably don't really know what's going on. But I am just going to do like a brief overview. So basically, I'm sure you heard the name James Charles. He is a makeup beauty guru. He's also probably made you cringe more than once.
Wait.
Go. Got one.
Go.
And back in the day, when I like religiously watched only beauty people on YouTube, I did watch him for a short period of time. However, he is extremely annoying, and I don't mean that to be rude, but I do think his audience is younger because it's literally like no one is that, I don't know. I just feel like, and it's the same with David Dobrik. I feel like they both have a younger audience because the way that they talk is like, are you guys 12? Like, it's just so weird to me. But anyways, he is a beauty person, and he has been accused multiple times of inappropriately texting fans and just people in general who are underaged. So right now, the current thing that's going on is probably the most serious because there is proof, and James Charles admitted it. But basically, James Charles, I think he's like 21, and he was messaging a fan who was 16, and he sent them pictures of his body, which is illegal. I thought that was illegal, so I'm kind of confused on why he's not arrested in jail. Also surprised why YouTube hasn't kicked him off the platform. I mean, I feel like if anybody else was accused of that, they would be kicked off the platform. But then again, there's David Dobrik and his group of frat rapists. I mean, to say it lightly, frat boy mentality, boys will be boys. They all need to be taken down. I mean, YouTube is supposed to be a positive platform. I don't understand how people accused of committing crimes are still on here. So like I said, this topic is so important to me because I've had people in my life who have experienced sexual assault. I have experienced so much sexual harassment. It's actually comical. And it wasn't until I don't know, maybe a couple years ago did I realize that it was sexual harassment, because I feel like especially girls, I'm not saying this doesn't happen to guys, but I mean, even in 7th grade and 8th grade, I literally was people were making comments about my boobs, and guys would touch me without consent, and you don't even think when you're that age, you don't even think what is happening is wrong. You just think that that's normal, because then everyone's just laughing, and no one's okay, no, that's sexual harassment. You know what I mean? So I just think it's important to talk to, and so that's why I want to talk about this topic. So like I said, he was texting a teen, and that right there, I just feel like you should be arrested. I don't know why he's not. He came out with a Twitter response, and he basically victim blamed, as well as played the whole pity me type of deal, which doesn't make any sense, because he literally says that in there, that he found the boy on his explore page, and then he added him, and then he added him on Snapchat. If you're James Charles, okay? If you're James Charles or anybody who has millions of followers, why are you adding fans on Snapchat? I feel like Snapchat, what are you gonna, Snapchat is all about pictures. So anyways, he follows him on Snapchat, and then James, the victim, came out and basically said he wouldn't leave me alone. He kept asking me for pictures. So the thing with James Charles and David Dobrik is people don't understand the power dynamic that goes into a fan and creator, especially a creator of that caliber, what that can do, or you know what I mean? Because if you think about it, James said, oh, yeah, I added him on Snapchat, and, he was basically victim blaming, because he's he only wants clout, blah, 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 which makes no sense, because James added him, so how does this guy want clout?
Okay, so trigger warning. I will be talking about grooming and James Charles, so if you get triggered by any of those, keep scrolling, but if not, watch this video, please. So last Wednesday on the 17th, James Charles snapped me on Snapchat. He added me back, because I had snapped him a while ago, just like a fan to influencer conversation. I was excited because he's my biggest influencer-wise, and I've always looked up to him, so I was excited to get his message back. I don't have a lot of time, so I'm going to post proof of it right now. This is the notification that I got when he Snapchatted me first. And just for further proof, he deleted the chat. I don't know what he deleted, but that's me opening his Snapchat. I went into the bathroom, and I guess he saw the bathroom light, so he started making the conversation very sexual, and it made me really uncomfortable. And I'll post some of the stuff that he sent me now. You can't see it because it's blurry, because I took it on my iPad, because I don't want him to see that I screenshotted it, but I'll post it right now. He proceeded to send me explicit pictures of his body.
If their favorite creator messages them, I'm sure they're gonna reply, especially the younger generation, people on TikTok, YouTube, all that. I just feel if your favorite creator messages you, you're gonna respond. You know what I mean? it's that whole like power dynamic thing. And I feel the same for David Dobrik. You know, it's like David Dobrik has used his power his entire time on YouTube. He gets his friends to drink so he doesn't have to, but then he uses their sloppiness or drunkenness or their mistakes, and he uses them to boost his platform, to make his like videos and stuff. And it's like this whole like bully mentality of like, I'm gonna make a living and I'm gonna make other people laugh by making fun of other people's like weaknesses or their insecurities. And then David Dobrik's literally like, yeah, and then I'm just gonna laugh and then it's gonna be funny. And like literally like that's all he does is laugh. What is his talent?
This is an old clip of David. Jason says he faced lots of anti-Semitism growing up. Horrible things. He mentions like people used to throw pennies at his feet and say, pick it up, Jew. Call him a dirty Jew. Anyway, just listen to this.
Call me dirty Jew. Yeah, I was the only Jewish kid in the school.
Shut up. Did you get shit for that?
All the time. You walk down the hallway, someone just throw a penny on the ground, and everyone would laugh.
That used to happen at my school too.
All Jews.
But that's not shit. That's unless you're like a sensitive like asshole about it.
So, yeah, exactly. You want me to go back? Listen to this. Listen
All
to
Jews.
this one more
That
time.
took a weird turn.
No, I mean like I know teachers that would make you dirty Jew jokes. Like because it's just
What?
it's not bad. They're just words. And like I think
Bro, how the are you, a normal straight white dude, gonna come here and tell me words are just words?
You had a teacher that told a Jew joke.
we had really cool teachers.
Really?
Oh my God, this dude.
This is a really bad clip
This
for
is
him.
brutal.
And I'm sorry I'm going back now to David Dobrik. I'm going to go back and forth because I think although the situations are different, I feel like they're kind of similar. I don't understand how he's on this platform, like how he's on social media in general. And he still is able to like be on Instagram and like talk to his fans after literally doing something illegal. The other thing I wanted to talk about before I move on to like the whole David Dobrik thing is, like I said, I watched the Dad Challenge podcast, and if you don't follow him, you won't regret it. So please follow him. But, he basically was talking, so he's a dad, and, you know, I'm not a parent, so I didn't really think about it from this point of view, but that's why I like to watch him, because I feel like, you know, he's just brought so much good thought-provoking conversations, I guess you can say. But he, you know, he talks a lot about how, like, if you're a parent, like, you need to be watching your kid's but you need to be watching your kids, what apps they use. And when they're using the app, like, you know, maybe afterwards, I don't know. See, I'm not a parent, and I felt like my mom did a good job of giving me privacy, but also, like, she kind of knew what I was doing. TikTok and like, not so much Snapchat, but, you know, with TikTok and then like video games, kids are literally like, what did he say? He said they're in a playground full of predators. And like, I was like, oh my God, like that's so right. Like when kids are playing video games, anybody can join the video game. Like a 40-year-old, a 50-year-old can play the video game and like talk to these kids, and who knows what, you know, you can get a kid to do or say, or, you know, it's just like same with TikTok and just apps in general. It's so dangerous now. It's so sad because it seems like it's just becoming so much more prevalent. And like, you know, with the James Charles things, he still has a platform, so it's showing everyone. It's showing his fans who are underage and don't even have a sense of what life really is. It's showing them that that's okay. Like, basically, victim blaming is okay, and it's all that kid's fault, even though he was 16 and James Charles was 21. All right, guys, so my camera overheated, so I had to turn it off for a sec, but now we're back with blush. So I am going to move on to, like, the David Dobrik situation. Whew! So there is definitely a lot to go through, but I'm not going to explain the whole situation. You guys can go do that on your own. I've spent so many weeks watching Frenemies and watching other things and just all the apology videos that have come out and the whole situation. There's also like an article, which I'm not going to pay for because I'm broke, and there's like a paywall and stuff like that. But basically with David Dobrik, an article came out. So with the David Dobrik situation, he basically filmed a video where one of his friends was having a fivesome or threesome. But the way that they did this was they basically sent out a text or something on Instagram saying, if you're interested in like a fivesome or something like that, reply to this message. Well, I guess some girls had responded and they ended up going to this house. And I think it was Dirty Dom's house. And the fact that there's someone in the vlog squad called Dirty Dom just tells you like there's an issue. So if you don't know, there's this vlog squad, and to me, it's like a frat boy, like, I don't know, I feel like I'm in high school type of thing where like people just are making fun of people and everyone's just laughing and they think that like that's funny, and it's not, but clearly it is because David has 18 million subscribers. So that just tells you why this needs to be talked about more, because that is frightening. And I think not only did this whole article and the sexual assault situation come out, I think a lot of people are looking at his old videos and wondering what the fuck, to say the least. Like, literally, what the fuck? I mean, he literally is putting his friends in danger constantly. He's calling people out on their insecurities. He's not asking for consent, which is like the main thing of this whole thing is consent. I don't know how old David Dobrik is. I think he's like in his 20s, but like, I'm sorry, like, you should know what consent is, sweetie. Like, if someone says I don't want something in a video or I don't want to be filmed, you don't fucking do it. It doesn't matter how much money you think you might make off the video. Like, have morals and respect for other people other than yourself. Like, it's literally ridiculous. I think like people want to victim blame women or men or anybody who's like, oh, well, you know, I've talked about this with people in my life, and they've made comments like, oh, well, so they responded to the text, and it's like, this still doesn't mean consent. Like, consent is in the moment if that person wants it or not and is conscious. Okay, men, let's do a little presentation. First off, if a girl is drunk and almost unconscious and you know that she's drunk, don't have sex with her. That doesn't mean she wants to have sex with you, even if she's into you. Like, she might be into you, but she might be drunk. Give it a fucking day, okay? Wait till you guys are both sober, so then you guys can both do consent and make consent. Because people seem to fail to know that when you have sex with a girl who is drunk and incoherent, that is rape. I don't understand how people don't understand what rape is. People think it's like there's a violent, like how they show it in the movies. And yeah, that might happen, but you don't know how many people have been raped and don't even know that they've been raped. One, because they don't remember because they were drunk. Two, because your brain does crazy things to block all of that out because it is very traumatic. But before I get too far, basically, long story short, they went and bought alcohol for underage kids. And I know that happened, so I'm not saying that like, oh my God, they should be totally canceled because they bought alcohol. Before I was 21, I was definitely around alcohol a lot. Your friends get it, whatever. So, but I kind of take that back because at the same time, it was usually people who were younger around me who had the alcohol. It wasn't like I was like 16 and a 25-year-old bought me alcohol. But anyways, they weren't 16, they were 20. All right, guys, so I am back and I did my eyebrows and then I also did some eyeshadow. So I thought I was going to do like an everyday makeup look, but obviously, yeah, this is maybe more dramatic than every day, but I had to turn my camera off because my memory card was full. So like I had said, there was this video that David Dobrik wanted to film. These girls went and they ended up buying alcohol for these girls, these underage girls. And like by underage, I mean they were like 20, they weren't 21, but they also like weren't under 18. So when I say underaged, I just want you guys to know what I mean. But anyways, so I think this girl, she is the drunkest one out of all of her friends, and she's the one that Dirty Dom takes into his room. And basically this girl came out saying that they had sex, and she does not remember. It took her like a month, I think, to even like accept that that's what happened. But she was so drunk and like inebriated, is that the word, that she really didn't even remember. So of course Jeff, who is a Vlog Squad member, and a couple other Vlog Squad people along with David came out with apology videos, and they should have just never done that. Honestly, I mean, they can take their apologies and take it somewhere else, because David Dobrik made an apology without even apologizing to the victim first. And I think that right there just explains everything. He's more worried about how he looks on the internet than actually telling the victim that he is sorry that he facilitated this happening. And, you know, a lot of people might think, oh, well, Dirty Dom, the guy who, let's call it what it is, raped the girl, he should be the one getting the flack and stuff like that. And absolutely, he needs to be in jail. Like, he is the main person. But I think people are overlooking that if you see something and you don't say something, you are complicit. And, you know, David Dobrik, he literally, this was for his video. He had absolute control over this. So for him to say like, oh, I didn't know what was happening, and I didn't know, you know, he was my friend from high school and I didn't know he was this person. Well, the part of the story that I left out, along with a lot of other things, because this video is already like a million years long, is that girl texted Dom and told him, like, you raped me, like, you did this to me, and I want the video taken down. Well, that video obviously needed to be shown to David because it's his video, so he needed to take it down on his page. So David Dobrik saw the text message of the girl telling Dom, you raped me, and David Dobrik took the video down, but then did nothing. He still hung out with Dom. All the Vlog Squad, they still hung out with this person because they didn't believe the girl. And it's like, this happens so often. Like, guys just are like, oh, well, she truly wanted it. Like, she wanted it. She just didn't want to admit it, and now she's regretting it. And it's like, no. If someone's saying something happened to them, who are you to tell them that what they're saying is false? Who are you? Who are you to tell someone who is in pain and who has been through something that is so violating and disgusting and gross that they're lying because you want to believe your friend from high school? David Dobrik, take your ass off the platform. Bye-bye. Go right off in the sunset in your Tesla, and I will see you later because you are a piece of shit. Everyone is complicit. Everyone knew. The whole Vlog Squad, they are disgusting. They saw this girl. There's a picture, and if I can get it, I will put it right here. But there's a picture of the Vlog Squad, and this girl is being held up by her friend because that's how drunk she is after she had sex. So it's like, you can't really say that this girl's lying. Like, even if these people like wanted to try their hardest to say that this girl's lying, there's actual proof that Jeff was there, that the Vlog Squad was there, and she was being held up by her friend. Now, the only thing that I have an issue with is if that was my friend, it just bothers me that she was even in that situation. when you see your friend that fucked up, you should take them home. I just think it's so important to just bring awareness and to make sure that, like, if you are a parent and your kids are watching these people, to just watch them and be careful. And, because as we see with James Charles, even if you're a millionaire and you're on YouTube and you have millions of followers, you can still be a predator. And I think it's also important, like, if you see your friends doing something that's wrong, please just don't be afraid to call them out. That's just me. I just feel like, there are a lot of people to blame, but I do think that the main person is Dirty Dom and David Dobrik. I think that, people want to be like, oh, well, David Dobrik isn't the one who actually committed the crime. But if you think about it, people who rob banks, even if you just are driving the person who's going to rob the bank, you get taken down as well in jail or in court. Like, you're grouped together. And so it's like, it's the same thing. David Dobrik facilitated this happening to this girl. Whether he did it or not, he facilitated it. And I think he needs to have repercussions. And, he's losing his sponsors. And it's sad that he had to lose his sponsors for him to come out and apologize. I mean, that just tells you right there. It's just, like, so blatantly obvious. And then these people, these creators, they cry for, like, 0.5 seconds. And then everyone just, like, believes that they, like, are nice people and they, like, didn't do anything wrong. It's like, no, like, shitty people can cry too, trust me. So to conclude this video, I just finished my makeup, but I just wanted to, like, wrap up everything. I hope it all made sense. I know sometimes, like, I probably went on, like, 1,000 tangents, but it's just because I have, like, so much in my head, and I have ADHD, ADD, I'm dyslexic, like, so it's like sometimes words just don't flow. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this video. I kind of just wanted to wrap up on, like, some main points. So if you're a parent, I would just say, like, just be careful about what apps your kids are using, who they're following, who they're talking to. It's just really important, especially with COVID and quarantine. I'm a school counselor, and there's been a lot of, kids talking to adults through video games, through different apps. So just keep that in mind. That's, like, the main thing. With James Charles, he did reach out to someone who was 16, him being, I think, like, 21. And he did send naked photos, which is illegal. So if James Charles is doing this, who is on this, like, huge YouTube platform, it can happen to anyone, and I don't want to see any kid be a victim or taken advantage of. It's horrible, and it's so much easier to do when you are powerful and you have a platform like James and David. And then second, just to wrap up with, like, the David Dobrik thing. So my main point is just, one, we need to believe women, girls, we need to believe people when they have been violated. And, we need to be allies and stand with them. And we need to teach our men in our lives, our brothers, our fathers, our uncles, our cousins, like, just to respect women, and let's get rid of the boys will be boys. Because I think with the David Dobrik, the Vlog Squad, that whole situation, they shouldn't be called the Vlog Squad. They should be called Boys Will Be Boys. I just think it's important to call people out as well. Like, if we see our friends or, our guy friends or just anybody, I just think it's important to kind of call out bad behavior, especially with these people who have a huge platform. It's ridiculous that they even have this platform, to be honest. I just think I just feel so sad for that girl who was SA'd by Dom, just because, one, she was horrendously violated. Two, she was surrounded by people of power, which makes you feel silent to begin with. And then three, she wasn't believed. And she wasn't just not believed by her abuser's friend, but, like, she wasn't believed by a lot of people. And this isn't something that never happens. This isn't like this event that, like, is so unique. this happens all the time and it's not okay. Like, as a society, we should not be putting these people on platforms. And it just grosses me out, and it makes me so upset because it's like year after year after year after year, like, women are not believed and they're blamed for drinking, or like it was their fault because they were dressing that way, or, you know, they were flirting with me, or they looked at me, so that gave me a right to touch them or catcall them or anything like that. Like, it just pisses me off so much because this has happened to me so often. Like, so many times I've been disrespected because I have big boobs, or because I look a certain way, or because I look at someone and I smile because I'm nice. And it's like, people, and I'm saying men because that's who I have interacted with, they feel this entitlement, and it's like, we need to get rid of that entitlement because we are equal. I could punch someone, like, if they punch me, like, I'm not afraid to punch them as well. Like, we're equal, trust me. But I just feel like I have been so disrespected so many times, and I'm not the only one. I'm sure all my friends can say the same. I know that actually for a fact, because I've talked to my friends about this. But, you know, it's like, us as women, we're not made to feel, but like, every time we go out, we're uncomfortable. I did a poll on Instagram, and I asked people if they feel comfortable running or walking by themselves in their neighborhood, and an astounding amount said no. And like, that's a problem. Like, we shouldn't be just comfortable as a society blaming women and victimizing women and making them feel like they need to stay in the house because men can't contain themselves. It's not that hard to respect a woman. It's actually really easy, and I don't understand why more people don't understand. David Dobrik is a perfect example, and James Charles, of doing things that are severely, severely inappropriate, beyond imaginable, and he's gotten 18 million subscribers doing these things. So it's like, that's how you know how these predators and men who are disrespectful, that's how they're born by society, because people like David Dobrik are popular off of talking about sex, being degrading to women. When the women came to Dom's house for that video, for the boy, or my friend like has a threesome or something, they were constantly like laughing at the girls, like making them feel inferior and stuff like that. I'm gonna wrap it up. I've been talking for so long. This is gonna take me forever to edit, but I'm super excited, and I actually had a really fun time talking because I love to talk. I'm also using a microphone, so I really hope that the audio is really good. But I will see you guys in my next video. I really hope you liked it. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe as well. It really helps me out, and let me know by liking this video if you liked it, and I will do more like talking about the LeBrant family channels. I'm all for protecting kids, so anything I can do, even if just 100 people see this video, I'm doing my job. So, and also I'm going to leave the Dad Challenge podcast, his YouTube channel in the description, along with H3 podcast and Frenemies, if you guys want to get any more information. If you guys want like a full rundown of like James Charles, David Dobrik, make sure to watch the Frenemies, because they go into full depth, and H3H2 podcast. But I'm going to wrap it up, and yes, I hope everyone has a wonderful day, and I will see you guys in my next video. Bye, guys.